shot, scores! Cam Neely wraps it up with 5 seconds left.
Not a terrible day to be a Bird, but tough if you're planning on playing baseball. The scene here at Fenway Park as the fans make their way from Kenmore Square into a rainy Fenway Park. The amount of rain, an amazing amount over the last 24 hours, but it's kept the grounds crew very busy. We hope to see Red Sox and Angels today. A rain-shortened series. Today, the Red Sox and Angels try to play Game 3 of the series from Fenway Park. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox Baseball. If we get started today, Josh Beckett will be on the mound for Boston. And so far, this last few games for the Red Sox, starters have been outstanding.
Well, the Red Sox had hoped to improve their pitching from a year ago, and if the first couple of weeks are any indication, the Red Sox pitching has been outstanding, in particular the starters. And when you look at the graphic, look how deep in the ballgame they have gone. On Tuesday, here at Fenway Park, Beckett with the 7 innings, no walks and 8 strikeouts. Matsuzaka going 7, Wakefield going 7 against these Angels, and of course Kurt Schilling coming off a brilliant performance against the Angels on Saturday, going 8 innings, could have gone 9 if the score wasn't out of hand. A 3-1 record with a 1.55 ERA, and that is so very impressive. And what that has done, you know, the bullpen really hasn't had to have a lot of work. They'd like to have it that way all season, because what the starters are doing is they're getting to the point of the game where they can go almost directly right to Papelbon, and that's exactly how Terry Francona would like it. Now, they're going to hit some rough stretches, but boy, this first couple of weeks, if it's any indication, the Red Sox should have some starting pitching all season long if they can remain healthy.
Well, the Red Sox have had great offense. They are outscoring the Angels 18-1 in the first 2 games. Beckett today trying to go 3-0 on the season. 60 years ago today, Jackie Robinson broke Major League Baseball's color line. The sequence of events that preceded Robinson's first game with the Brooklyn Dodgers is compelling. The Dodgers scouted Robinson as well as Negro League players Roy Campanella and Don Newcomb. Then they all met individually with general manager Branch Rickey. It was here where the players learned of Rickey's first step to his historic strategy. Here's J.D. Drew. Walks the fly ball to center. Ichiro back, looking up, and that is gone. Straight away center field, it carried well, and J.D. Drew has his first home run in a Red Sox uniform.
So he's already got 3 runs batted in here in this ball game. All he's done is produce.
Tomorrow in HD, it's Sox Blue Jays. Pre-game coverage begins at 6 on NESN. Hazel May and Catherine Tappan bringing you the sports news you can use morning, noon, and night on NESN Sports Desk. Presented by FW Web. Tonight at 10.
Direct from NESN Studios, straight from Yawkey Way, 1 hour before the game, Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame show on NESN.
Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, your New England Subaru dealers, Foxwoods Resort Casino, your Lincoln Mercury dealers, Killian's, and by New England Toyota dealers. Well, today's game was to start at 10 o'clock this morning, but rain's coming through very hard with high winds. And no way they could have started at 10, so backed off to just afternoon. And as it works out, it looks like going to be getting underway here at about 12:15. And on this Patriots Day, pretty fortunate based on a lot of the weather forecast, the amount of rain that has come through here in the last 24 hours.
Well, Don, we were sitting here just about a little over an hour ago saying no way this game's going to go off at 12, anywhere around 12 o'clock. But the fact is it has brightened up considerably. It has stopped raining. Still windy here at Fenway Park, but conditions are 100% better than they were just a little over an hour ago. So this has been kind of a difficult stretch. You know, the rain out yesterday, you're sitting home as a player. You don't know if you're going to play the next day because they're talking about the nor'easter and all the bad weather coming in. And, you know, finally they pushed the game back to a 12 o'clock start. And here we go. And it looks like we're going to get this one in.
Yeah, the grounds crew, per usual, doing an outstanding job, really in a very quick fashion to get this field ready. They been working on the warning track areas for a long time. Of course, the field was covered the entire time around the infield, but a lot of work along the warning track areas. And Josh Beckett finishing up his warm-up tosses, getting ready to go on what has been a great stretch for him to begin the season. We heard Theo Epstein talking about some of the adjustments that he's made, Jerry. I mean, how much of a big deal do you think that is? I mean, getting that first year of American League Baseball under his belt and knowing what he needed to do this year, perhaps.
Well, I think, that's a help. There's no question about that, going one year through the American League and getting to know the hitters a little bit better. But some of the things he did, you talked about slowing up his motion. The other thing, I talked to John Farrell the other day. He said that, they moved him to the middle of the rubber, which has helped him control his breaking ball a little bit. And it has been very good, in particular in his last outing that he had here at Fenway Park against the Seattle Mariners. And we look at Beckett in that game, no walks and 8 strikeouts, and really used all of his pitches. His fastball was really sailed there, his changeup, his curveball. So he had control of all of his pitches. And when he can do that, he has such a good arm and such power with his fastball. When he mixes in that breaking ball and changeup, I mean, it's awfully tough for hitters to look for a particular pitch and sit on it. So he's been able to mix it up in his first couple of outings, and had that 4 walks against Kansas City in 5 innings, but no walks last time against Seattle.
Well, the Red Sox wrapping up this homestand here today, and certainly home has been very kind to the Red Sox over the last few years, but this season already off to a very good start at home. A 3-1 record with a .278 batting average. Quite a difference from their .237 road average. And the home runs an even split with the ERA, which has been outstanding, highlighted off the top by Jerry Remy. And our open, just a 1.75 earned run average so far at home.
Now, when you have a starting pitching like the Red Sox have had on this homestand, you're going to win a lot of games that way.
Well, the Red Sox taking the field. Some wondered if they would have the chance to do that on this Patriots Day, but they do indeed. And Josh Beckett taking the hill for the Red Sox. Let's take a look at the visiting Los Angeles Angels lineup, brought to you by Rico. Leading it off in center field, Gary Matthews Jr., Orlando Cabrera is at shortstop, Vladimir Guerrero in right field, Garrett Anderson in left, Jay Hillenbrand is a designated hitter, Casey Kochman at first base, Howie Kendrick at second base, Mike Napoli doing the catching, batting eighth, and Meiser Turris at third base, bats ninth. Today's starting pitcher is brought to you by Panasonic, and for Boston, it's Josh Beckett.
Well, through 2 starts, the numbers are just terrific for Beckett. The perfect 2-0 record, ERA only 1.05. Look at the opponent's batting average against, only 100, and 13 strikeouts in the 12 innings. Of course, those wins coming against Kansas City and Seattle. 2 starts against the Angels, a 1-0 record, an ERA that stands right at 3. The Red Sox defense is brought to you by your Boston area Lexus dealers. They made 8 errors in the 10 games they've played. Mike Lowell will be at third base. Julio Lugo, the shortstop. Alex Cora gets a start at second. And Kevin Youkilis at first. Left to right, Manny Ramirez, Willie Mo Pena, and J.D. Drew. And Jason Veritek doing the catching for Beckett.
Umpiring crew has Rick Reed in behind the plate today. Chuck Merriweather at first base. Alfonso Marquez at second base. And Tim Timmons, the umpire, at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
Well, Patriots Day here at Fenway Park. The Red Sox all-timer 63-48 on Patriots Day. 26 doubleheaders between 1903 and 1966. And the Red Sox have won 3 straight Patriots Day, 5 of the last 6 contests. And of course, the dramatic walk-off victory here last year on Patriots Day for newcomer at the time, Red Sox second baseman Mark Loretta. And what was a big victory for Boston. The Red Sox have been scheduled to play at home on Patriots Day every year since 1959. And I know, Jerry, we talk about it every Patriots Day, but from a player standpoint, it's got to be very weird, even though now we're starting at 12:15. But in general, to get that early morning start generally here at Fenway.
This is one of the strangest games of the year. And, of course, moving it up originally to that 10 o'clock start, was kind of weird. We were here this morning, about 7:30, 8 o'clock, getting ready to go. And then we were informed that it was going to be 12 o'clock. So, hey, not bad, though. Get this thing started at 12:17, considering what's pushed through this area.
Very many rainouts across the East Coast yesterday in the major leagues, as one of 6 major league games rained out on the East Coast yesterday. The Angels will travel to Oakland after this ball game tonight. Their road trip is not yet over. Of course, they were in Milwaukee to play the Cleveland Indians as part of this trip. The first pitch from Josh Beckett misses for ball one to Gary Matthews Jr. The Angels have been limited to just 3 runs in the last 3 games. They had outscored 18-1 by the Red Sox in the first 2 games of the series.
And of course, this time of the year with the rain yesterday, the rain today, and the early start, you know, no batting practice on the field. I mean, those are the kind of things you have to deal with early in the season.
Just off the outside edge, it's 2-1 to Gary Matthews. The Angels started the season going 5-1. They've now dropped 5 of their last 6 games. Foul back below us, and it's 2-2 now to Matthews.
Now, Matthews made a costly error in that game on Saturday that was covered by Fox. That line drive to center field that just clanked out of his glove.
Up to that point, the Red Sox have really been frustrated. The inning before, they had the bases loaded and couldn't score. Down the line, it is a foul ball. Just outside the line, the diving bid by Youkilis.
Youkilis going the crossover step, but to his left, the dive, but the ball called foul by Merriweather, that first base umpire.
Gary Matthews back in there with a count of 2-2. He's in the midst of a 5-for-34 skid. Started off hot. He was 5 for his first 10. So a 5-year deal with the Angels this past offseason. Strike 3 called, a high strike, and Rick Reed rings up Gary Matthews Jr.
Well, a lot of movement on that fastball from Josh Beckett too. It's one that a left-hander will quit on. It looks like it's going to be inside, but you'll see late movement on this fastball to pick up that inside corner. So you have a tendency as a hitter to jump back and kind of give up on it thinking it's inside, but there's so much movement on it, it ends up being a strike.
So 1 down, Gary Matthews Jr. strikes out, and it brings up Orlando Cabrera.
Well, a lot of empty seats to start this ball game off. You wonder if they've been hiding somewhere, staying out of the elements, or maybe because of the elements decided just not to come to the ball game. We'll see if it fills up as time goes on.
Cabrera rattles it out towards left field. Ramirez looking up. That ball is up and gone into the first row of the monster seats. Former Red Sox shortstop Orlando Cabrera takes Josh Beckett deep, and the Angels out to the 1-0 lead.
First home run of the season for Cabrera, the first one allowed by Josh Beckett. And it's on the fastball. This is against a crosswind, a very unusual wind here at Fenway Park, blowing from left to right. Fastball middle in, and Cabrera finds the first row of monster seats.
Well, the home runs were a problem last year for Josh Beckett in his first season with the Red Sox, as he allowed 36 home runs in his 33 starts. Certainly a lot in the first half of the year, but still a lot of home runs allowed by Beckett in his first year in the American League.
You know, Don, we do a lot of games here, and you don't see this type of wind very often. It's either blowing straight in from center field, left to right, but very seldom right to left, and that's what it looks like here right now.
Vladimir Guerrero sends it foul off to the right. And look at that wind. Yeah, this is a pretty strange wind here from Fenway Park.
Well, that's I guess that's a nor'easter wind. We haven't played through many nor'easters.
No. Trying to here today. Right now, not raining at Fenway for the moment. Inside, and Guerrero gets hit. He goes down and grabbing the fingers.
Well, that good Guerrero flush, it looks like on the just above the wrist or in that wrist area. 0-2 count. Beckett trying to go inside with a fastball and really gets Guerrero bad. Fastball in. Watch Guerrero kind of try to lift his arm and get it out of the way, but it looks like he get him right on the hand or the wrist.
Looks like Guerrero's going to be coming out of the game. This is a real loss for the Angels.
Where the train is holding that too. Apparently Guerrero can't move it at all. No balls, 2 strikes. Fastball inside. Guerrero cannot get out of the way. He lifts that arm, but it's going to catch the right hand or wrist.
Well, it's 96 miles per hour on the gun and right off the hand. So not what the Angels were looking for. As Vladimir Guerrero has to leave the game as a result. Well, home plate umpire Rick Reed is out talking to Josh Beckett. He's not given any kind of warning here or anything. Oh, now he is. He has pointed towards Beckett. He'll point to either dugout, and now he is assessing warnings. Not do that initially. As Terry Francona and Mike Scioscia a bit perplexed.
Yeah, I would. Well, that's awfully quick. In the case of Rick Reed trying to take this game over very early, an 0-2 pitch that hits Guerrero, and both teams have been warned already. And that's why Scioscia's out. He said, look, my guy hasn't even been on the mound yet. I'll tell you, Beckett has been under scrutiny by umpires because he has hit a few people, including in spring training. And it's something that he has been concerned about.
This is the reaction of Josh Beckett after hitting Guerrero.
He thinks he swung.
Swung, yeah. So warnings have been assessed here to both sides. 1 out as Vladimir Guerrero hit with a pitch after the home run by Orlando Cabrera. And here's Garrett Anderson. Reggie Willetts is running at first base in lieu of Guerrero, who leaves the game. Anderson goes around, tried to hold up. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to the Angels left fielder.
There's been a very good changeup and now a very good curveball in this at bat to Garrett Anderson.
Anderson's been struggling for his last 21, but always a very good hitter here at Fenway Park. A .310 career hitter at Fenway. Battles it foul off to the left. 95 that time from Josh Beckett. He's been living here in the mid-90s so far. On deck is former Red Sox third baseman Shea Hillenbrand, who today being used as the DH for the Angels.
Well, the question now becomes, because of the warning, does Beckett have to stay away from the inside part of the plate? That's always the danger when you've been warned, because if you come inside again and you hit somebody, you may be ejected from the ball game.
This is among the earliest we have seen warnings in a while. It was right out of the gate.
Very rare, Don. I don't ever recall seeing a warning, unless there's been something between both clubs prior to this game where you have a warning before the other pitcher has even taken the mound.
Anderson after the 2-2 sends it to short left. Manny coming on to make the basket catch on the run. And Willetts back to the bag at first with now 2 down.
Looked like a high changeup that time from Josh Beckett, but not hit all that well by Anderson. There's the grip on the changeup. The ball does stay up, but it's toward the end of the bat. And Manny has to quickly readjust to come in to make the catch on the soft line drive.
So 2 down. And a check on Willetts, who's back on the bag at first, held on by Youkilis. There's Shea Hillenbrand, the designated hitter. He checks in hitting at just 160 so far with his new team, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. He is 4 for his last 25. And of course, a member of the Red Sox in the major leagues from 2001 through 2003. As John Lackey is throwing in the bullpen. Not sure if that's just a side session for Lackey. Irving Santana scheduled to go here today for the Angels. And of course, Lackey pitched the first game of the series. I imagine this would be his regular side day. And there is Santana alongside. Irving getting ready to make his way in. Pitch inside. It's a ball and a strike to Shea Hillenbrand. Beckett giving up a one-out home run to Orlando Cabrera. He hit Vladimir Guerrero. It gets Garrett Anderson to fly out. Works with 2 outs and a runner at first. On the ground, softly to Lowell at third base. Oh, and plenty of time to get Hillenbrand. The Angels get a run on the home run. It's 1-0. Red Sox coming up.
This is you after an energy drink. Unfortunately, so is this. Why do energy drinks make you crash? 1 minute you're wired up, the next you feel worse than before. The answer is the large amounts of sugar and caffeine. That's why you should try a new liquid energy shot called 5 Hour Energy. With 5 Hour Energy, you can leave grogginess behind and sail through your day without feeling jittery, tense, or, you know. That's because 5 Hour Energy contains a powerful blend of B vitamins for energy, amino acids for focus and better mood, and enzymes to help you feel it faster. There's 0 sugar, 0 net carbs, and only as much caffeine as a cup of coffee. The 2-ounce shot takes just seconds to drink, and in minutes you're feeling awake, alert, and productive. And that feeling lasts for hours. So if your energy drink makes you crash, switch to 5 Hour Energy. Hours of energy now, no crash later. Find out if 5 Hour Energy is right for you. It's available at these fine stores, or for more information, go to 5hourenergy.com.
Orlando Cabrera has given the Angels a 1-0 lead with a home run as we head to the bottom of the first inning. The Red Sox coming up. And the Red Sox lineup is brought to you by New England Dodge Dealers. Julio Lugo atop the order at shortstop for the Red Sox. Kevin Youkilis at first base. David Ortiz, the designated hitter. Manny Ramirez in left. J.D. Drew in right. Mike Lowell at third base. Jason Varitek doing the catching. Willie Mopena in there starting in center field, batting 8th. And Alex Cora at second base, bats 9th. The starting pitcher today is brought to you by Panasonic, and on the mound is Irving Santana.
3 starts now for Santana. The first 2 win against Texas, a loss against Cleveland. That game, of course, was played in Milwaukee. In that game against Cleveland, only 4 1/3 innings, 7 hits and 6 runs. He walked 4 and struck out 2. Against the Red Sox, 2 starts. He did not face them last year. These starts were back in 2005, a 1-1 record.
The Red Sox down 1-0 as they come to bat here in the last half of the first inning. And again, warnings have been handed out. So even before Irving Santana's had a chance to throw his first pitch, he's ready to work here. And the first pitch from Santana's in there for a strike to Lugo. Fly ball out towards left center field. Gary Matthews Jr. was shallow. He heads back and won't get there. It lands on the warning track. And into second base, a leadoff double is Julio Lugo.
That's something you don't see very often. A ball that's hit that high that does not reach the wall and drops in for a double. You mentioned the fact that Matthews is playing shallow, also shading toward the opposite field, and you see this ball bounce on the warning track.
So Lugo at second base with nobody out, and Kevin Youkilis coming up. Youkilis been hot lately, 7 for his last 19 coming into today's action.
Well, we talked about the warning hurting Beckett. It could also hurt Santana. Santana last year hit the 5th most guys in the league, so he may be afraid to come inside because of the early warning.
To left center field and in for a hit. Lugo being waved around. He'll score. And just like that, the Red Sox answer with a run of their own. We're tied at 1.
Kevin Youkilis is now 8 for his last 20. He's really been hot. Jumps on a fastball, middle in, line drive to center field. Lugo knows it's going to drop in, and he scores easily. So the Red Sox quickly get that run back after 2 hitters.
Still nobody out. Youkilis at first, and here's Big Papi. A strike over the outside corner to Ortiz. He's had 10 RBIs in his last 5 games. Overall, 11 RBIs on the season, hitting at .263. And a great series against the Angels. 7 RBIs in the first 2 games of this series against Los Angeles. Youkilis held on by Casey Kochman at first. Ball 2, 2-1. Ramirez waiting on deck. Opposite field, Garrett Anderson headed back onto the warning track, and that's going to be off the scoreboard. Youkilis headed for third. He'll stop there on the double for David Ortiz. That one carries all the way to the wall, and it's a double for Big Papi.
I'm a little bit surprised how well that ball is carrying out toward left field. Maybe that wind is helping it a little bit. Saw Cabrera's home run. Now you see Ortiz inside out that ball and play it right off the top of the scoreboard. So right now, all fastballs in this game by Santana, and 3 straight hits, 2 doubles and a single for the Red Sox.
Well, Mike Bitcher, the pitching coach, is out there to talk to Irving Santana.
The Angel defense is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. They've made 6 errors in their 12 games. It'll be Meister Turris at third base. Orlando Cabrera, the shortstop. Howie Kendrick at second and Casey Kochman at first. Left to right, Garrett Anderson, Gary Matthews Jr. and Reggie Willetts, who's in there for Vladimir Guerrero. Mike Napoli doing the catching for Santana.
Nobody out. Runners at second and third to run in for Boston. And here's Manning. Batting average under 100, or under 200 right now for Manning at 194. With no homers and 4 runs batted in. Snapped an 0 for 10 drought with an RBI single in the 6th inning on Saturday against these Angels. Just 1 for 11 over the last 3 games. It's the breaking ball for a ball.
Now back-to-back breaking balls. The fastball the Red Sox have been hitting, so back-to-back breaking balls from Santana.
Pitch outside. The Red Sox have really been getting some timely hitting over the last 5 games at .417 with runners in scoring position. And here has Youkilis at third, Ortiz at second. Already 2 for 2 in that category on the afternoon. To right and in for a hit. Youkilis from third base will score. David Ortiz being waved around. It's a 2-run single for Manny Ramirez, and the Red Sox take a 3-1 lead.
All hits so far for the Red Sox have been on the Santana fastball. Lugo with the double, Youkilis with the single, Ortiz with the double. Now Manny in a perfect swing. Opposite field swing by Ramirez. The line drive to drive in 2 runs. 5 and 6 on the season now for Ramirez. You know, as low as Manny's average is, I mean, he really hasn't been swinging the bat all that bad.
He's got himself a 2-run single. RBIs 5 and 6 now on the season for Manning. 4 straight hits and 3 quick runs for Boston. As J.D. Drew totes his .382 batting average. He walked and scored a run on Saturday against the Angels. He was 0 for 3 in the game, and it put an end to his 2007 hitting streak, which came to a halt at 9 games. And of course, dating back to last year, had a 13-game streak going in his final games with the Dodgers. The league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports. I mentioned the average for J.D. Drew. That is good for his second in the American League. Iwamura, the third baseman for Tampa Bay, is off to a great start for the Devil Rays. Not a good start for Irving Santana here today, as he has been around here a little bit in the first inning. And trying to record his first out. Into second base. That's thrown away by Howie Kendrick into left. Manny will keep on going to third. And J.D. Drew to second. Manny's going to try and score, and he will. Coming all the way around from first base. Some shoddy defense now from the Angels, and it's a 4-1 Red Sox lead.
Yeah, this has been a mess for the Angels here in the first inning. Not only giving up the hits, but what looked to be a double play, a sure double play. The ball's thrown away by Howie Kendrick. Now remember, the infield's been covered, so the infield should not be too bad. You can't blame it on a wet baseball there, as he just let it fly. And Manny comes all the way around from first base to score. But that should have been a double play. They get 2 quick outs instead, no outs, and another run in.
So now the Red Sox in the series outscoring the Angels 22-2. And we're still just here in the first inning. Manny coming around on the error charge to Howie Kendrick. Drew reaching on the fielder's choice, and Mike Scioscia wishing this game never got underway. Lowell takes the ball, and it's now 2-0.
It hasn't been a good start, has it? They lost Guerrero out of the lineup, and of course now Santana having trouble getting outs, and the infield not helping.
A strike to Lowell, 2-1 now to Mike. Josh Beckett giving up a home run in the first inning to Orlando Cabrera through 20 first inning pitches. Mike Lowell with 3 RBIs in the game on Friday night against the Angels, 2 for 4 with his 5th double of the season. Begins the day tied for 4th in the American League in doubles. Down the line in left field over is Garrett Anderson. It's a fair ball with one hop the wall. J.D. Drew around to score. And into second base with another double goes Mike Lowell as he puts the Red Sox on top 5-1.
Now that's 6 doubles already on the season for Mike Lowell. He gets the fastball for him, Santana. That ball down in the zone, but out over the plate, and Lowell hooks it down that left field line. A little bit of an off-balance swing because the pitch was away a little bit.
Still nobody out in the inning. Red Sox have scored 5 times here in the bottom of the first.
And it's not John Lackey down in the bullpen anymore throwing between starts. Someone else has started to loosen up very quickly. That's Mosley.
Still nobody out. Last of the first, a 5-1 Red Sox lead. And here's Jason Varitek, 7th man to bat in the inning, and a first pitch strike. Varitek 3 for 23 batting from the left side. And overall 222 is a late swing, cuts it foul off to the left. With 5 first inning runs, the Red Sox find themselves second in the major leagues in first inning runs, getting off to some great starts. Only the Arizona Diamondbacks have scored more runs in the first inning. In the air towards right center field, Matthews Jr. with the wind knocking it down, coming in to make the catch. Wind played with that one, and it appears the wind will play havoc with everything today. 1 down.
And John Beckett must be the 4-run plus guy, because last time he was on the mound, they scored 4 in the first inning in that ball game, 5 so far here this afternoon.
In his first start, he got 3 runs as well, so he's had some great beginnings to his outing. Tim Wakefield just like half of that production, and averaged one of his starts. Willie Mopena getting the start today for the Red Sox and in center field, giving Coco Crisp the day off. It's a pop up right side. Kochman into foul ground to handle out number 2.
A first pitch to Pena, a breaking ball from Santana. Pena all over it and pops it up. Of course, we know that Willie Mopena will get a steady diet of breaking balls, and once they get ahead of him, they try to go breaking pitch off the plate. You've had a lack of playing time like Pena has. It seems to me it's always been the off-speed pitches that are the most problem. Timing's not there.
Well, the second start of the year for Alex Cora as he stands in, 9th man to bat in the inning. Cora sends it down the right field line towards the corner. Willetts over, and that's going to be over his head, one off the wall. From second comes Lowell. Cora's thinking 3, but he'll stop and head back to second. Threw the brakes on as he got around the bag at second. A long RBI double for Cora, and a 6-1 Red Sox lead.
Well, if there had been 1 out, Cora may have tried to go to third base, but with the 2 outs, stay there and stay in scoring position, take no chance of being thrown out. Willetts gets to that ball pretty quickly down the line and gets it back in. But what a first inning here for the Red Sox hitters.
And a milestone for Cora, who picks up his 100th double of his career and the first of the season. Red Sox have batted around. Julio Lugo got it all started with a double and came around to score the Red Sox first run. Six runs on 6 hits so far for the Red Sox. An error in the inning by Howie Kendrick at second. And really what could have been a double play ball ends up scoring a couple of runs after that for Howie Kendrick. The first miscue for either side. Irving Santana coming in with a record of 1-1, his 3rd appearance of the year for the Angels. And his first full season in the major leagues last year was 16-8 with a 4.28 earned run average in 33 starts for Los Angeles. Santana enjoying the friendly combines of Angels Stadium. In center field, Gary Matthews Jr. makes the catch. It ends the inning. The Red Sox send 10 men to the plate, score 6 times. It's 6-1 Boston.
A lot of car companies rigorously inspect their pre-owned vehicles. But no matter how hard they look, the one thing they'll never find is this. Drive with your heart. Buy with your head. Certified pre-owned by BMW. Only at your authorized BMW center.
Hello?
Mrs. Anderson, this is Mark Brown. I'm from the collections department of...
Hi. Listen, I'm sorry I haven't made my payment yet. I'll get it in as soon as I can.
Maybe you should call In Charge. They'll work with you and come up with a solution that's right for you.
When life hands you a little more than you can manage, call In Charge Debt Solutions. We're a nonprofit company that puts people back in control by helping them manage their debt. We'll stop the collection calls and we'll help lower your interest rates so you'll have one affordable monthly payment. Call In Charge today.
Here's J.D. Droop. Walks the fly ball to center. Ichiro back looking up, and that is gone. Straightaway center field, it carried well, and J.D. Drew has his first home run in a Red Sox uniform.
So he's already got 3 runs batted in here in this ball game. All he's done is produce.
Tomorrow in HD, it's Sox Blue Jays. Pre-game coverage begins at 6 on NESN.
FW Webb is proud to be the official supplier of plumbing, heating, and cooling supplies for the Boston Red Sox. To learn more about how FW Webb can help you, contact your local professional contractor or visit fwweb.com. FW Webb, we've got it.
Well, Manny Ramirez with a nice grab in the backhand to end last inning. And Ramirez driving in a couple in the first. Will be batting here in the second inning as the Red Sox enjoy a 6-1 advantage into the bottom of the second. Euclid, Ortiz, then Ramirez. Red Sox off to that fast start, sending 10 men to the plate, scoring 6 times. And 4 for 7 with runners in scoring position in the first. Euclid is part of that hit parade in the first inning, a single to center. Irving Santana trying to settle into his outing after a very rocky first inning. Santana last year 16-8. Into the dirt, and it's a full count. At one point to winning 7 straight decisions between June 6th and July 20th. Actually got hit by a ball back at him inside the left knee, and a line drive by Jason Michaels on August 10th that set him back. There's ball 4 to Euclid down to first base. We're here at Fenway Park in Boston on this Patriots Day. John Orsillo, Jerry Remy, and Tina Cervasio bringing you Boston Red Sox baseball in high definition and in Dolby Digital 5.1 surround sound on NESN. Well, earlier in the game, Vladimir Guerrero hit on the hand. And the good news for the Angels is there is no fracture. He has been x-rayed. They're calling it a right hand contusion. Hit a 96-mile-per-hour fastball from Josh Beckett, and I guess a sigh of relief there for the Angels. Warnings were handed out by home plate umpire Rick Reed. And Guerrero leaving the game immediately, but the x-rays negative. No fracture for Guerrero.
Well, you certainly hope that's the case, and you see how it reacts over the next couple of days. I'm sure once they get back, if it still bothers them, they'll put the old MRI on it, and of course that gives you a little better look than just regular x-rays.
You're not buying into the x-ray, are you?
No, I mean, no, it's preliminary. I hope the x-rays are correct.
Pitch in the dirt, Napoli to his right. Something tells me you have some experience in this area. Were you ever x-rayed and told you're all set and then had a fracture?
There's no look like an MRI.
I had a feeling you had a little knowledge previously of this type situation. A shift on for David as he takes ball 3, 3-1. Ramirez waits on deck. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Ball 4, and it's back-to-back walks. Things are not improving for Irving Santana.
Well, if you missed yesterday's premiere of Granite City Electric Ultimate Red Sox Show, you're in luck. Catch an encore presentation this afternoon at 2 or 5 o'clock. Hazel May has this week's top 9. That includes Red Sox debuts, Tom Warner's top 10 reasons the Sox will win it all, plays of the week, and so much more. That's Granite City Electric Ultimate Red Sox Show today at 5 o'clock. Tom's jumping out there with his top 10 reasons why the Sox will win it all. I didn't see that yesterday. Maybe I'll see it today at 5.
First and second here with nobody out. And Manny Ramirez singled to wait his first time up to drive in a pair. 9 of 12 pitches here so far have been balls for Irvin Santana here in the second inning.
And not far from being out of the game, there is action again out in the bullpen as Mosley for the second time today, loosening.
Santana 1-1. His career against the Red Sox, 6.17 ERA. Not faced the Red Sox last year. A strike to Manny to even the count at 1-1. Had a great rookie campaign back in 2005, a 12-8 record, 1 complete game. And 23 starts after his call-up on June 14th from AAA Salt Lake.
He pitched that one game we had out in Anaheim, and he looked really good against the Red Sox.
That was, I think, the national game he did on Fox with Tom Brenneman. Pitch in there for a strike in the count, 1-2.
It's one of the few times today he's been able to get that ball on the inside part of the plate. Fastball inside corner. Most of the fastballs have been out over the plate, and the Red Sox have been jumping all over him.
They dropped a 7-6 decision against the Cleveland Indians at Milwaukee's Miller Park. Allowed a 2-run home run to former Red Sox catcher Kelly Shopik in the second inning. And then a home run to Casey Blake. Left the game trailing 4-3 in his previous start, defeated by Brandon McCarthy and the Texas Rangers 5-3 in his first outing of the season. That was at home at Angel Stadium. On the ground to shortstop. Cabrera goes to second for one, on to first, just in time to get Manny, and they turn the double play. Youkilis on to third base with now 2 down.
Now once again Santana getting that fastball in, and it kind of tied up Manny this time. A little ground ball to shortstop, a little bad hop, but handled nicely by Cabrera, and Kendrick turns it over. Ortiz can't quite get there in time to have an influence on the double play.
So 2 down, Youkilis at third. Here's J.D. Drew. Reached on the fielder's choices last time up.
Don, I'd like to congratulate you on completing the marathon this morning. You got a little earlier start than most of the runners, and some tough conditions for you, but you look very refreshed when you get back to the booth.
Thanks, Jerry. I appreciate it. I wanted to get it out of the way, and a chance to figure we had the delay today that might be able to run it real quickly. You know, you got to really feel for those runners today. I know it's improved here at this moment, but when that thing started off, I mean, you had the wind in your face, the rain in your face, all kinds of elements. Fly ball to left. Garrett Anderson, and the wind will take him to the track, but he makes the catch that ends the inning. So Santana able to settle down. It's a 6-1 Red Sox lead after 2.
If you owe over $10,000 to the IRS or state, call American Tax Relief for a free consultation. We've helped thousands of Americans settle their tax debt for a fraction of what they owed.
Once we hired American Tax Relief, the IRS stopped contacting us. That was an immediate relief.
And they settled our tax debt for a fraction of what we owed.
If you owe over $10,000 to the IRS or state, we can help you settle for less, maybe a lot less.
Call 800-294-1563 for your free.
From a small clog to a major problem. Call Roto-Rooter, America's neighborhood drain expert.
Last year, Daddy surprised me with a tool belt and a sledgehammer. The year before that, he got me a hacksaw and a cutting disc. What is a cutting disc? This year, I'm using some of Daddy's hard-earned to buy gift cards from Martin. Put any amount you want on the card, plus you can use them at any Martin store. And you can recharge them when they run out. That way, whenever I get the urge, I can get whatever it is my little hat desires. Won't Daddy be surprised?
Side.
If you missed any part of today's Patriots Day game, catch Sox in 2 presented by T&K Asphalt tonight at 7. Nesson has your bases covered with Sox in 2 every game night at midnight and the following weekday afternoon all season long. See some of the runners still coming down through Kenmore Square. Of course, Don finished many hours ago. And I was driving in the Mass Pike today, and of course that's the opposite direction coming in here as all the runners heading out and all the school buses heading out toward Hopkinton, and then the fancier buses come. They have the elite runners on there, and I couldn't imagine what was going through their mind as they were driving out. I mean, at that time of the day, the wind was blowing about 50, 60 miles an hour, and it was pouring out.
You know, the 111th Boston Marathon. And so coming through Kenmore as we head to the 3rd. Gary Matthews Jr. leading it off and wrapping a ground ball down towards the Red Sox dugout.
I doubt that this would be the type of day that would be conducive to setting any kind of course record.
Now, the ideal running is not cool, not hot, somewhere in the middle, right?
Yeah.
But not driving rain and winds up to 45 miles per hour in your face. Matthews will be followed by Cabrera and Willetts here in the 3rd inning.
Now, Ted Carey, who works for us, is on a 3:26 pace now. That's pretty darn good.
Very good. Orlando Cabrera waits on deck. Outside corner, strike 3, second time that Matthews Jr. is down by way of the K.
Second time that Beckett has got him with the fastball. It's been a kind of a big time slump right now for Matthews. 5 for his last 36. And that's pretty ugly right there. Fastball outside corner. If you swing at that, the only chance you have is to foul it off.
One down for Orlando Cabrera. He hit a home run in his first at bat. Cabrera getting his first home run of the season. Former Red Sox shortstop, of course, on the 2004 championship team, and making his presence known here today in Fenway. 94, and it's 0-2. The key matchup is brought to you by Killian's. And good numbers against Beckett for Cabrera. Reggie Willetts waiting on deck. He took over after Vladimir Guerrero was hit by the pitch on the hand. Healthy diet of fastballs here to Cabrera, and it's now 2-2. Third season now for Cabrera in an Angels uniform. 3rd consecutive opening day start as their shortstop. Now the breaking ball to put him away. Back-to-back strikeouts for Josh Beckett. 2 down.
Three strikeouts in the game for Beckett now. 2 on a fastball. This curveball again. That good snap at the end of that breaking ball for Beckett.
So 2 down, and it brings up Reggie Willetts for the first time today. Willetts on his first opening day Major League roster. Made his way onto the team during spring, hitting at .320 during spring training.
It's interesting watching Willetts fake that bunt, and I kind of took a peek at the infield, and I saw Cora, the second baseman, charging along with Lowell. So that means the Red Sox, on those drag bunt possibilities, want the second baseman to field the ball and leave Youkilis over at first.
He was pretty fleet of foot. He had a total of 31 stolen bases in 97 games last year. The Salt Lake City Bees. Named to the Pacific Coast League postseason all-star team and making the club this year right out of the gate.
Funny, all the minor league teams now have their own names. You know, it used to be where every minor league team basically used the name of the major league team. Salt Lake City Angels, El Paso Angels. Actually, El Paso was the Diablos, with the Quad Cities Angels.
A lot of marketing today, though. I mean, those hats and logos, very, very popular.
Major league teams doing the same thing, using a variety of different hats and uniforms and uniform tops.
And striking a full count now to Willetts. Garrett Anderson waits on deck. Beckett has struck out the first 2 batters here in the 3rd inning. Gary Matthews Jr. and Orlando Cabrera. On the ground to Youkilis. Takes it himself, and it's a 1-2-3 third for Josh Beckett. It's a 6-1 Red Sox lead.
Have you heard about the benefits of a reverse mortgage? If you're a homeowner, 62 years or older, and would like to supplement your monthly income, a reverse mortgage could be the key to living comfortably in retirement. U.S. government-insured reverse mortgages allow seniors to convert the equity in their home into cash without having to move or make monthly loan payments. We offer a free information kit and video explaining everything you need to know about a reverse mortgage.
Call 800-300-4519.
I can't believe that Tony had her whacked.
Getting whacked, it's so final.
I'm having a Sopranos party.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't watch The Sopranos.
I do now.
Know the shows you're supposed to know. Get HBO on demand.
That was the last episode.
Yeah, that was better than episode 52. Yeah.
Beep, beep.
Car shopping at beepbeep.com is fast, safe,
beep, beep,
and easy.
Okay. You drive.
From reputable local dealers.
Let's get our new car. Here, you drive. It's only a couple miles.
Beepbeep.com, the fastest way to shop for cars.
Meep, meep.
Well, attention all kids 14 and under. Now is the time to sign up for Red Sox Kid Nation, presented by Hood. Members get official Red Sox lunchboxes, hats, discounts on tickets, and much more. It's one of the greatest programs in baseball. Red Sox Kid Nation, presented by Hood. Visit redsox.com/Kid Nation and call 888-RED-SOX-6 today.
A little yawn there for the youngster. It has been a long day for those who came here getting ready for the 10 a.m. start time. Waiting for this one to finally get underway after noon, and right now the conditions very good. Knock on wood, lights are on, a cloud cover, but no precipitation. And hard to believe, for those of us who were in here earlier this morning, that there is baseball here today. As Lowell sends it foul off to the right.
Yeah, we were taking bets on what time this game would start. It ranged anywhere from noontime to 7 o'clock tonight.
Well, there's no question they wanted to get this in very badly. I mean, with all the rainouts that have taken place, of course, you already had the rainout against the Mariners and a rainout yesterday. Starting to pile up here, Tad. Gary Matthews Jr. out there in center makes the catch for out number 1, and we check back in with Tina Cervasio.
All right, Don, despite Felix Hernandez's one-hit shutout last Wednesday, Josh Beckett has been getting incredible run support. In fact, it appears that the Red Sox bats have come alive overall since returning to Fenway.
You know we have a good offense, you know, and we hit into some bad luck and played in a lot of cold weather games on the road, and it was nice to get some home cooking and see our approach come back and take better swings, and I think this team, you know, should hit most of the year.
And the Red Sox have proved that in this game, especially in the first inning, now outscoring the Angels 24-2 in this series. Jerry, you started talking about Beckett's run support, and overall he gets 7 runs in Kansas City, 14 runs versus Seattle here at Fenway. And what Terry Francona was so impressed with during the home opener versus Seattle, Beckett still pitched like it was a 1-run game despite all the run support.
Yeah, that is an interesting thing when you get all those runs, whether or not you can keep that edge, and it does appear that Josh Beckett has been able to do that. He certainly pitches with a great deal of intensity all the time, but You wonder about a guy who gets all kinds of runs, whether you'd let up or not, or whether it would change your focus at all.
I never kind of bought into that because why would you want to go out there and get beat around?
Right.
You want to try to pitch the same game. I mean, you don't want to nibble. You want to throw strikes to get ahead, but nobody wants to have runs scored against him.
A walk here for Jason Varitek. It's the 3rd walk given up by his counterpart, Irving Santana. As Willie Pena will make his way to the plate. Santana worked around 2 walks last inning as he was able to get Manny Ramirez to ground into the 6-4-3 double play and J.D. Drew to fly out. Willie Moe 0 for 5. He's been having trouble getting some at-bats in the early going with the rainouts.
We started him with a breaking ball first pitch last time. Willie swung at it, and 2 fastballs this time around.
First start for Willie Pena. His 4 previous at-bats prior to today coming as a pinch hitter as he swings and misses.
There's that breaking ball again. And this time Pena chasing one that's way off the plate.
Challenge for Terry Francona to find time for Cora, Hensky, and Willie Pena in the early going. Swing and a miss. Pena strikes out. It's the first strikeout in the afternoon for Irving Santana. 2 down.
I mentioned in our last at bat, once you get ahead of Willie Moe, they try to throw breaking balls and not throw him for strikes, see if he'll chase him, and he does this time on a couple of occasions. Hensky had a big day in a start here on Saturday.
Reached base in 4 of his 5 plate appearances on Saturday. Had a triple, a single, 2 walks, and Hensky scored 3 runs.
That's pretty impressive for a guy that has not had many at-bats. Not easy to do.
And now with a 13-game hitting streak that dates back to last season for Hensky. Cora lofts one down the left field line. The wind will push it back into the seats. Second start of the year for Alex Cora. He made his first start on April 8th at Texas. And that game was also a start at second base for Cora. Got 96 games last year. And a split of 63 games at shortstop for him, 47 at second base. Pitch in there for a ball, and it's 1-1. There's the top of the Red Sox order. Julio Lugo waiting on deck. Red Sox have scored 8 or more runs in 3 of the last 4 games coming into today, and they've put a 6th spot on the board in the bottom of the first inning. Red Sox coming into the game at 6-4 so far. And we'll head to Toronto after the game here today to begin a 3-game series. Swing and a miss for Cora. Santana strikes him out. Back-to-back Ks for Santana. It's a 6-1 Red Sox lead. It's time for a Sports Desk Update with Catherine Tappan.
Love cars? Thinking about a career as an automotive technician? Here are 5 reasons to call Universal Technical Institute right now. 1. UTI works with the industry's top auto manufacturers. 2. You'll train hands-on with today's diagnostic equipment. 3. UTI will help you find a great job after you graduate. 4. You can graduate in just over a year. And 5. UTI has campuses across the country.
The need for new technicians across all manufacturers is huge.
As a company, we've dealt with UTI since inception. We've always dealt with them because there is a need for highly skilled and trained technicians. Our members, always look to UTI as a place they can go to hire folks coming in an entry-level position.
The skills you gain at UTI will give you a head start in this fast-growing field where trained technicians are in high demand. Now it's time to make your move. Call right now to receive your information kit. Start training for your new career today. Universal Technical Institute.
What is Sox Appeal?
Sox Appeal is, I heard it's a reality show.
The show is similar to the dating game.
3 blind dates.
3 blind dates at Fenway Park.
That's a great atmosphere, you know what I mean? It's fun.
And you choose the one that you think is compatible for you.
I mean, that's about it.
Sox Appeal? Oh, God.
Sox Appeal.
And you're going to have free tickets to the game. What's better than that? Don't be getting drunk and run around the field and screaming. Please.
Do you have Sox Appeal? Visit SoxAppeal.com for complete casting information.
Well, there's a great new look to the Red Sox Nation program in 2007. It has new rewards, gifts, and unique ticket opportunities. Become part of the global fan base that has made their citizenship in Red Sox Nation official. Visit redsox.com today.
Ashley Adamson enjoying the ball game today. Our former stage manager, Jerry, here in our house this afternoon.
Pretty good seats, too, those box seats.
I think they're up top to the right. We head to the top half of the 5th inning. Nick Napoli, Nicer is Turris, and Gary Matthews. Napoli popped out to the shortstop, Julio Lugo's first time up. He's 0 for 1. Right on the cut, 95 that time by Beckett, who jumps ahead 0-2. Napoli last year hit a 286 before the break, just 164 after the All-Star break last season. 4th strikeout for Josh Beckett, 1 down in the 5th.
Now once again, Beckett painting the outside corner with that fastball. A little bit movement back toward the corner, and Napoli, the first victim here in the 5th inning.
Nicer is Turris, the batter. Turris, the half-brother of Cesar, is Turris. He's with the Chicago Cubs, formerly the LA Dodgers as well. Last year establishing career highs in several offensive categories. Hit a 293 at 5 home runs. Strike over the outside corner, and it's 2-1 now to his Turris. Irving Santana has thrown 78 pitches through 4 and allowed 7 runs. Dustin Mosley's been up now for the 3rd time in the game, so you got to think he's coming in. As Cora at second fires to first, and there's 2 down.
Sure, non-winning $5 and $10 Red Sox instant tickets from the Mass Lottery into cash with every Red Sox victory in the $1 Million Double Play. Learn how to play at masslottery.com, and once you've entered, check the site after every Red Sox victory to see if you're a winner.
Two down, and it's back up to the top of the order. 3rd time Gary Matthews has seen Josh Beckett today, and he has not enjoyed his first 2 tries, striking out looking in the 1st and then again in the 3rd. Breaking ball, and it's lined into left field. A base hit for Gary Matthews. So a 2-out single and the 4th hit of the day for the Angels.
Take a look at Josh Beckett's strikeouts on the afternoon. He starts off with a fastball strikeout for the first batter of the game, and Gary Matthews. It's Matthews again on a fastball. It's a curveball to Orlando Cabrera, and then a fastball outside corner to Napoli. So 4 on the afternoon. No walks for Beckett, and 1 hit batter.
Cabrera ducking back out of the way of a breaking ball. Homered in the first, his first home run of the season. And then struck out swinging in the third inning. Orlando hit 9 home runs all of last season. Nice grab by a fan to our right. Wow, little extension.
And did not drop the drink. Diving to his left, a one-handed play, and did not drop a sip.
Not a drop of that beverage came out. Now that's talent, not just the catch, but able to secure the beverage.
That's a guy that's been around a little bit there. Know how to protect the beverage and still get yourself a foul ball.
Angels with a 2-out base runner with Matthews Jr. at first, and it's a 2-1 count to Orlando Cabrera. In the championship season, Cabrera played in 58 games for the Red Sox, hit at .294. That's 6 homers and 31 runs batted in. And low ball 4, and he's headed to first base. With the first base on balls allowed by Beckett today.
Get the Sunday Globe's award-winning sports coverage every week. Call 800-984-5335 today for 50% off home delivery. The Boston Sunday Globe. Start the week off right.
You know, Orlando Cabrera really started the string of shortstops that you expected to hang around longer than a year. When he joined the Red Sox, of course, going to the World Series, winning the World Series with the Red Sox. You thought he'd be back. Red Sox are trading to get him. He doesn't come back. And then, of course, Edgar Renteria, who struggled through his first season, but you still expected Edgar to come back and perhaps healthy another season to see his future continue with the Red Sox, a longer contract. He's out of here, too. Then Alex Gonzalez comes in and you say, wow, this is the best shortstop we've seen here defensively, maybe ever. And he's gone, too. So it has been amazing, the turnstile at shortstop for the Red Sox, and now it's Julio Lugo, who you expect to be around a while. At least you think.
Turnstile at both shortstop and second base for the Red Sox. Lugo, they thought, would add more offensive punch to the lineup, get him in a leadoff spot. I think Gonzalez was just placed on the DL a couple of days ago. Or bereavement leave, I think it was.
Yes, bereavement leave. Yeah, that's right. Now remember the Cincinnati Reds. This is Reggie Willetts, who bats with 2 on and 2 outs. Matthews at second, Cabrera at first. In the dirt now to Willetts, and it's a full count. Runners will be in motion here with 2 down in the inning. This will be the 20th pitch of the inning for Josh Beckett, the most energy he's had to expend in any inning today. Willetts. It's a one-hopper to the backhand, picked by Lugo. The throw in time. Julio Lugo has been spectacular today. He gets Reggie Willetts at first base. It's a 7-1 Sox lead through 4.5.
Well, it's been a nice defensive afternoon for Julio Lugo for the Red Sox. He's made a couple of nice plays on pop-ups. This one looks a little routine, but the wind was playing with that. Then a nicer play on the pop-up going back toward the outfield as he has to make the over-the-shoulder catch, go into the slide, and what a play here on Willetts to end the inning. He knows Willetts has very good speed. He's going to his backhand and has to really get rid of the ball quick. Plays the in-between hop, over-the-top throw, and a terrific play by Lugo. So what a defensive afternoon he's had so far, plus the double will start the game off.
Well, as we head to the last half of the 5th inning, the Angels bring on a new pitcher. They bring on a right-hander in Dustin Mosley after a very tough outing for Irving Santana.
Yeah, Mosley has made a couple of starts. 2 starts, he is 1-0. 10 hits in 12 innings, a couple of walks and 7 strikeouts. He originally came to the Angels in a trade for Ramon Ortiz. Spent last year at Salt Lake City, where he had 26 starts, had a 13-8 record.
To the right side, Kochman will need Mosley in some fancy footwork as he retrieved the toss for out number 1. J.D. Drew is retired for the first out here at the bottom of the 5th. Irving Santana going the first 4 innings, really roughed up in the first inning as the Red Sox sent 10 men to the plate and scored 6 times overall. Santana 4 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned. He walked 3, struck out 4, and gave up the home run to David Ortiz last inning. Roll pops it up left side from third. Mysur is Turris. 2 down.
Stay tuned after the game for WB Mason's Extra Innings and Granite City Electric Extra Innings Extra with John Carey and Jim Rice. They'll bring you live post-game press conferences, including Josh Beckett. Plus, Tina Savasio goes one-on-one with the manager at Terry's Take. It's all right after the game in high definition on NESN.
2 away here in the 5th, and Jason Varitek stands in. Popped up left side. A 4-pitch inning for Dustin Mosley. If Cabrera can put it away, he does. And a quick 1, 2, 3, 5th. We played 5. 7-1 Red Sox.
Dating do's and don'ts.
What I can tell you is
good dating tips.
He carries a gun.
That would be big, especially on a first date.
Negative.
Maybe try to make a little eye contact.
I'm just looking for chicks who aren't boring, basically.
Oh my God. I wouldn't probably go much further than that, you know.
All right.
Do you have Sox Appeal? Visit SoxAppeal.com for casting information on these dates and more.
Hammond Street, Bangor is the home of the sports arena and BangorTickets.com.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Silverado, the only 4x4 pickup available with both 315 horsepower and 20 EPA estimated highway miles per gallon, backed by the best coverage in America. That's why it's the 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the all-new Chevy Silverado.
This is our country.
Come in today for the #1 selling trucks in Maine.
Second base. Now he gets a base hit up the middle, down by 6. They're not going to take any chances. They hold a runner at third base, but he surrounds first base way too far. Youkilis cuts it off, and they're able to track him down and tag him out. So that's not a good base running play at all by Kendrick. I think he took for granted they were going to score that run, and he was heading to second base, but down by 6, playing it safe.
Kind of a tough day for Kendrick, who was charged with an error earlier in the game as part of that big 6-run first inning. So an error defensively, and now an error base running for him as Willie Mo Pena lead it off for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 6th. Pena, Cora, and Lugo to face Dustin Mosley, who on just 5 pitches retired the side in order to be in the 5th. On for Irving Santana, chased from the game after just 4 innings today, allowing the 7 runs the Red Sox have.
Tough first inning for Santana with 6 runs. He got a break there in the second when he got a double play. Then he settled down after that until the Ortiz home run.
Three 3-0 to Willie Moe, who was fouled out to the first baseman and struck out swinging. Tough weekend for Mike Scioscia. Angels appear to be the class of the West, at least to begin the season, but injuries have really wreaked havoc with them so far, especially in the pitching department. As Willie Moe walks to begin things here in the 6th.
Well, you can see the Sox on the road with packages from Red Sox destinations. Trips to New York, Arizona, San Diego, Baltimore, and Chicago are now available. They include tickets, accommodations, a tour, and a reception with a Red Sox player. Call 877-3-GAME-ON or 617-226-6400 or visit redsox.com/Red Sox destinations today.
Well, Willie Moe aboard to begin things here in the 6th inning as Alex Cora takes the strike from Dustin Mosley. Cora doubled to drive in a run in the 1st inning and then struck out swinging in the 3rd. Now it's swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 now to Cora.
You've seen the 3 pitches from Mosley. His fastball, breaking ball. That was the changeup to Cora. To quickly get him down in the count, 0-2.
Framed by Mike Napoli, the catcher, tried to bring it back to the corner, but it's 1-2.
But the Angels will be happy to get back to the West Coast and get some little warmer weather. Although I think Oakland can be cool this time of year too.
Certainly can. They had a nice afternoon there yesterday against the Yankees, mostly sunshine, but cool temperatures. Yeah, cool temperatures here today. Just glad that it's precipitation free. After a ton of rain coming through the area over the last 24 hours. Tap back to the mound. Mosley's going to try to start the double play, and they complete it for the first 2 outs here of the 6th. We're here at Fenway Park in Boston on this Patriots Day. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, and Tina Cervasio bringing you Boston Red Sox baseball in high definition and in Dolby Digital 5.1 surround sound on NESN. Red Sox exploding for 6 in the bottom of the 1st inning off Irving Santana. As they sent 10 men to the plate, they've added a run with a home run by David Ortiz in the 4th and enjoy a 7-1 advantage as they bat with 2 down here in the 6th inning. Julio Lugo with a double in the 1st, 1 for 3 today. And his defense has been the story for Julio today. Some great plays at shortstop defensively. Ortiz now with 4 home runs on the season thanks to the solo shot in the 4th. And he's been on base 3 times today, a double and a walk to go along with the home run. Fouling it off to the right. Dustin Mosley, a former 1st-round draft choice by the Cincinnati Reds back in 2000. And went from Cincinnati to Los Angeles for Ramon Ortiz, right-hander. Ramon Ortiz used as a starter and reliever by the Angels. And they called him Baby Pedro there for a while back in the day until they found out that he was
older than Pedro.
Which would make him kind of Papa Pedro instead of Baby Pedro. So that didn't work out once his age was revealed.
Remember, we were doing a game, and Ortiz, I think, was facing Pedro in that game, and we had kind of a split screen of their windups, deliveries, and it was pretty similar, at least to that point.
So were their ages, as it turned out. And skips in, and a full count now to Julio Lugo. Chopped down the third baseline as Turris barehands and throws up the line. Lugo will reach. He'll pull Kochman off the bag.
Too much speed from Julio Lugo. A nice play by his Turris. Of course, he can't control the throw to first base as it's off the bag, but even if it's on target, he's not going to be able to get Lugo. It's a breaking ball that he tops down that third base line. Saw Lowell with a barehanded play earlier, and his Turris now, but the throw way offline, and Lugo picks up his second hit.
Well, an 8-pitch at bat, able to get the infield hit. Here's Kevin Youkilis. Single, walked, and struck out, driven in a run. Red Sox and Toronto Blue Jays tomorrow night, the first of 3 games. From Rogers Center, we'll see Daisuke tomorrow night in the first game of the series, matched up against Gustavo Chacin. And then Tim Wakefield on Wednesday, scheduled to go up against the former Red Sox pitcher Tomo Oka, now in the Toronto Blue Jays rotation. And then Julian Tavares, Roy Halladay in the final game of that series. Little bloop into right, on comes Willetts into the dive to make the catch. It ends the inning. Nice diving catch by Reggie Willetts in right. We played 6 at 7-1 Boston.
Great news, Mrs. Wilson. Credit Card of America is able to cut your monthly credit card payments by $248.
Mr. Lynch, it looks like you'll be able to save over $13,000 in interest payments with Credit Card of America.
Credit Card of America is a non-profit credit counseling company.
We're here to help you solve your credit problems and meet your financial goals.
Take this important first step toward financial freedom and call Credit Card of America. Certified credit counselors are standing by right now.
If you are $3,000 or more in debt and 30 days behind in payments, we can help you. So call our toll-free number.
Our certified credit counselors are standing by to provide you with free credit counseling services and assist you in becoming debt-free.
Take this important first step toward financial freedom right now and call Credit Card of America. Certified credit counselors are standing by right now. Call Credit Card of America.
We can assist you in becoming debt-free.
歴史 tradiciones pasión
ganar
Green Monster
The Impossible Dream
yes
Bambino
Pecky Sport doesn't work for you.
Climbing the ladder
High Cheese
Rally Cap.
My English getting better.
There is no language barrier on Nessun. We speak the language of Red Sox Nation.
One nation, one network. Nessun.
Now this is what you've all been waiting for. Time now for the Panasonic Plasma replay so you can catch this again in crisp, rich, detail motion. And Big Papi going straight away center field. Home run number 4 on the season for David Ortiz.
This call to the bullpen is brought to you by your local Ford store. Every journey begins with a bold move. Start your journey today by visiting your local Ford store. As we head to the top half of the 7th inning, Hideki Okajima.
Okajima making his 5th appearance, his last coming on the 10th against Seattle. 2/3 of an inning in that game. Did have a strikeout. In those 4 appearances, 4 2/3, a couple of hits, 1 earned run. He has walked 1 and struck out 3 opponents, hitting .125. I've not seen much of the Red Sox bullpen. The starters have been going very deep into the game.
Yeah, that is something that Terry Francona has got to concern himself with, is getting some of these guys into some of these games before they aren't quite as sharp as they were before. It's just worked out that way with the rainouts, and as you mentioned, the distance of the starters going deep into games, and some of those guys have not seen a lot of action lately. And Hideki Okajima, he is one of those guys as he deals with Mike Napoli to begin things in the 7th inning. Napoli's 0 for 2. He's popped to short and struck out. Fooled on the pitch and down 0-2.
Shot breaking ball there from Okajima. The first 2 pitches have been a changeup and now the breaking ball.
Swing and a miss, and he makes quick work of Mike Napoli for the first out of the 7th.
Yeah, I don't believe he threw a fastball on that at bat. Changeup, curveball, then back to the changeup again. And a very uncomfortable looking at bat for Napoli.
Pitching line brought to you by Nissan, and 6 innings of work for Josh Beckett today as he throws 99 pitches, gives up just the 1 run. That came in the 1st inning on the home run for Orlando Cabrera, but another game in which Beckett pitches well but also receives a good amount of run support from his offense. And a very good outing for him today. The 5 strikeouts and the 1 walk is a chance to better his record to 3-0.
I like Beckett's chances of becoming a 20-game winner if he's going to get 7 runs a game. Because there's very few of the times he's going to give up 7.
As Sir is Turris, the batter, with 1 down here in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss. Strikes out, back-to-back Ks for Hideki Okajima. 2 down.
And same thing. Change up for the strikeout. Nothing but strikes from Okajima here in the 7th inning.
Coming into this game is 3 previous games, 3 innings, allowing no hits. And his scoreless streak now stands at 4 2/3 innings, as he is the first 2 outs of this inning. Here's Gary Matthews Jr. Action in the Angels pen. Scott Shields is up. One of the guys who serve as the bridge to K-Rod, and certainly the bridge has not been needed to get to K-Rod in this series. Red Sox offense is taking care of that.
I have not seen Shields yet in this series.
One to Matthews is chopped to Julio Lugo. What a nice inning of relief for Hideki Okajima. 7th inning stretch at 7-1 Boston. Time for a Sports Desk update with Catherine Tappan. Back at Fenway, where this game summary is brought to you by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. Well, the Angels banged up already with a bunch of guys on the DL when Beckett hit Vladimir Guerrero in the hand. He had to leave the game, but x-rays were negative. No fracture. As Manny Ramirez drives in a pair of runs in the 1st inning with his single to right. Red Sox would score 6 times in the 1st and lean on Josh Beckett for another outstanding effort here today, as Beckett departs after 6 strong innings, giving up just 1 run, striking out 5, throwing 99 pitches on this Patriots Day from Fenway Park, as we get ready for the last of the 7th inning with the Red Sox on top 7-1. There's John Carter, the fine executive producer of The Great Show.
You know the name of it? the one that you host?
The Red Sox Report on
Very
Sunday
good.
night.
I know you work so hard on it. Slipped your mind.
Yes. It's a fantastic show, and I'm sure you watched it last night after The Sopranos. Here's Scott Shields as we head to the bottom of the 7th.
8th appearance for Shields. His last outing came in Cleveland, or against Cleveland, I should say, when he gave up a 3-run home run to Travis Hafner. Suffered a blown save in that game and picked up the loss. Last season, 74 games, 2.87 ERA. I tell you what, who's that guy retiring from The Price is Right?
Bob Barker.
You think he ever forgot the name of his show?
I don't think so, no.
Jeez.
Here is David Ortiz. I got a lot on my mind.
Well, your involvement in the show is so deep. The writing, putting all the video together, the storyline. I can understand how it becomes exhausting, and every now and then you forget the name of your own show. And I did not see it. I missed it last night.
Oh, you missed a good one.
What was on last night?
Well, they had some footage from the welcome home dinner, which was very good with the players. And swing and a miss for Ortiz. And a look back at the ring ceremony for the Portland Sea Dogs, who after getting snowed out of the first 4 games, they finally got to have their ring ceremony. Eastern League champions.
Sounds like good stuff. Sorry I missed it.
I think it's on again tonight. Strike 3 call. Ortiz is retired. And the first out here at the bottom of the 7th.
And Shields with the strikeout on the fastball. This guy's been a very good pitcher for the Angels for a few years now. Had that tough outing, as I mentioned last time, against Cleveland, but over the course of the season, this is the man when they have a lead late in the ball game before they get to K-Ride.
One down for Manny Ramirez.
Are you the sole host of the Red Sox Report?
I would not say that, no. I share with Tina Cervasio and Glenn Geffner. Also part of the show. I mean, I hosted, yes. I would say I am sole host. Yeah, they are
the big
reporters.
Guy. Yeah.
I wouldn't say the big guy. I welcome you in to the Red Sox Report, and then I say goodbye at the end.
You are the face of the Red Sox Report.
I guess I'd say that. Where are you going with this?
No, I'm just every time I see it, you're the first person I see on the Red Sox Report. So that's why I'm saying it's like Bob Barker. You're the face of Red Sox, like he's the face of The Price is Right, even though he's retiring. Maybe you should go for that job then.
This one said foul off to the right. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 8th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout. Special seating section here at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the opportunity to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts.
I think a lot of people today do not come to the ballpark. It's still a very good crowd here. It is a sellout. But of course, with the conditions today, I think maybe some expected this game not to be played.
You'd have a tough time believing that it would be played if you were just basing it on the drive in today. As Manny strikes out looking, it's back-to-back case, and you can see why Scott Shields has been so tough over the years.
Yeah, you got Ortiz on a fastball. Now it's the curveball to put away Manny Ramirez. 10 strikeouts now in 8 innings for Shields.
J.D. Drew reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Since then has flied out and grounded out.
What can you tell us about maybe next week's show? What are you thinking in lines of
well, I'm not sure. I think they're formulating really the first homestand of the year. I'm guessing will be large, and also the first visit to Toronto. But still working on that as Turris will let it roll, and it rolls foul in front of the third base umpire Tim Timmons.
The ball couldn't decide whether to stay on the grass or keep spinning and go foul. And for a while, it looked like it was going to stay fair because it did stay on the grass. But with all that spin on it coming off the bat of the lefty, it just kicks, hits the lip, and then goes into foul territory, whereas Turris makes sure it stays foul.
Well, the show takes to the road this week because we're, of course, going to Toronto. So the show doesn't just stay here at Fenway Park. It goes where we go.
It goes wherever you go.
That's right. So I'll be coming to you from Rogers Center. Popped up, left side, ranging is Cabrera. Now coming is Anderson, and interfered with, no. Into the stands, the umpire ruling Tim Timmons, and one beverage less than they had before.
Wow, what's he got now? He's got mud on him and an alcoholic beverage. think he made a good call here as he, let's see, how does this happen? It wasn't even him. Oh, wow, it's Buddy.
Oh,
where did what was that came flying in?
I'm not so sure that was a mistake, which on his shoulder. It looks like somebody may have thrown some stuff on him just to add insult to injury.
I thought he rolled in the mud before he came to the game, but no, that's not correct. He got hit with some type of sub sandwich or something. Oh, now he wants a piece of it. You want to throw something to me?
There we go. Well, he's the Pepsi fan of the game until he gets thrown out. Strike 3. J.D. Drew's gone. Red Sox down on strikes. 7-1 Boston.
My neighbor drove all over town to find the best deal on a cell phone. I just logged on to Let's Talk. They make it easy to compare plans from all major carriers and find cell phone deals that are much cheaper than retail.
Like the hot BlackBerry Pearl with music and video player, a $369 value, yours free after mail-in rebate and new calling plan.
Let's Talk has the best prices, the best plans, and the most free phones guaranteed.
Log on to 25letstalk.com or call now to order your BlackBerry Pearl. Let's Talk, the smarter way to shop for cell phones. So log on or call.
And now, life without Roadrunner.
What's up?
Look, I'm not ready to have the talk with my kids yet.
Well, I'm not doing it for you.
But how can I be sure of that?
Simple. Get Roadrunner High Speed online with the parental controls you need. Then they can surf faster.
Without growing up too fast. Hey, you're good. Give me a hug.
Oh, no.
Call 1-800-833-2253 to get special savings on Roadrunner High Speed Online. Time Warner Cable, the power of you.
1640 Hammond Street, Bangor is the home of the sports arena and BangorTickets.com.
Stay tuned after the game for WB Mason's Extra Innings with Tom Garrett and Jim Rice. They'll bring the analysis of all the reaction to Josh Beckett's performance today, including the clubhouse reaction, plus a preview of the schedule tonight in the majors. It's all right after the game in high definition on SNL and Don. Between innings, we did some investigative reporting on who and what was thrown at that gentleman, and that gentleman has been ejected, but it was an ugly, ugly sight. And I don't know why it was necessary. Now watch. I can't circle. I don't have my telestrator today, but here comes a pizza. See it? Oh, jeez.
Highly unnecessary.
Guy with the Patriots jacket, and of course he's been asked to leave the ball game for ruining a good piece of pizza. So let's get beer all over it. And here comes
some pizza.
I wonder why did he do that? Because he thought he was interfering with a play? Or, I mean, it seemed totally unnecessary.
Just now getting the pizza off him.
God, he was hot for a while, but I think the pizza thrower apologized, and he seemed to cool off a little bit. But I'd be kind of ticked off myself if somebody fired a pepperoni pizza at me.
Well, J.C. Romero is into the game here to pitch the 8th.
It seemed unprovoked.
Yeah,
too.
It really did.
Just let it fly. One more look in slow motion if we can, and here's the Patriot. Here it comes.
I'm going to throw my pizza.
So the only thing, he didn't hit him with the cheese side. It hit him with
sauce first.
That was an awful sight here at Fenway, and that is not tolerated in this ballpark. He has been ejected and never again allowed to buy pizza.
Not so friendly. As Cabrera leads it off.
I mean, think about how much it costs for pizza.
Yep.
I mean, would you just fire it at some guy?
I personally would not, no. I wonder about the thought process, though.
Well, honey, I'm going to the ball game today, and if I see some guy, I'm going to throw a piece of pizza at him.
Cora camped underneath now will move as the wind knocked. Actually, it's Dustin Pedroia now in the game for Cora. Dust ducking out to short right center, so one down. Cora coming out of the game. Pedroia in.
Also in is J.C. Romero for the Red Sox, making his 6th appearance. So you get an inning out of Okajima. Now Romero in and still getting cleaned up a little bit.
He had all kinds of things to worry about there. He's trying to get the ball, lost the beverage, his friend, and then Pete's off the side of the face and shoulder.
Yeah. And he got hot. He got a little bit hot, but now his friends have cooled him off a little bit. That's a good thing.
You can't blame him getting hot, though.
And the pizza guy, now he's going to be serving 10 to life.
It's inside. Apparently, we have more evidence.
Ooh, there it is.
There it is. Someone should put that in a bag and
I'll tell you
take
what,
that away to make sure that they secure the evidence.
Yeah, you know, Horatio Kane of CSI Miami will be here soon to collect the evidence. I'll tell you what, I'd eat that thing. That looks pretty good.
Not bad. A little bit of cheese. I've eaten worse. Back through the middle and into center field. As Reggie Willetts, a wide turn at first, got himself a one-out single. Boston Red Sox baseball at Nesson is brought to you by Rico, Jeep, and LP Lumber.
Mentioned Pedroia in the game, Don. Cora has moved the shortstop as Lugo is out of the ball game.
1 out, 1 on for Garrett Anderson. To first base, Youkilis to second for one, back to first with Youkilis covering, and it pulled him off. He did not make contact with the bag or long enough. Got to bring Terry Francona out of the dugout as he pulled the foot, according to Chuck Merriweather.
Well, he did everything he possibly could to remain in contact with that first base bag. The return throw from Alex Cora to Youkilis, who's covering the bag, is back toward the first base line, stretches. Wow, very, very close. Tough to tell if he had contact from that angle. Merriweather did not think so. Fredo Griffin, the first base coach, saw that right away that the foot had come off the bag, and Anderson called safe. Very brief argument by Terry Francona.
2 down, Anderson at first base, and here's Shea Hillenbrand. Foul tip, and it's 0-2. The Red Sox with Romero and Donnelly, both members of the Angels, now pitching for the Red Sox. Further action in the Red Sox pen. Kyle Schneider's up. Going to the count to Shea Hillenbrand. Lucky Okajima had a 1-2-3 7th inning in relief of Josh Beckett. Romero second out of the pen tonight, or today, or this afternoon. Chop to short. Cora goes the easy way to second. To end the inning, Red Sox have a 7-1 lead after 7.5.
Stay tuned after the game for Granite City Electric Extra Innings Extra with Sean Parent and Jim Rice. You'll hear the manager's assessment of today's game and Terry's take with Tina Zavasio. Plus a preview of the pregame series with the Blue Jays from the Rogers Center beginning tomorrow night. It's all after the game in high definition. Only on Nesson. You'll also hear how many years the pizza thrower got.
Patriots stay from Fenway Park with the Red Sox on top 7-1 into the bottom of the 8th inning. And first look at K-Rod, Francisco Rodriguez, into the game.
Yeah, he has not pitched since last Wednesday. 5 games already on the season. 4 saves for K-Rod. 6 strikeouts in 5 innings. He's walked 1. 69 games and 47 saves a year ago.
It's a good-looking lid on this Monday Patriots game as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Mike Lowell, Jason Varitek, and Willie Mopena scheduled to bat here in the 8th. Shields with a very good inning of relief. He pitched his 7th, struck out the side in order. Ortiz, Ramirez, and Drew. Now Francisco Rodriguez pitching here in the 8th. Now 25 years old, Francisco Rodriguez. And a total of 47 saves last year, 45 saves the year before in 2005. And he took over the closer's role for good. At the time, it was Troy Percival, who was a longtime closer for the Angels. Took over finally in 2005 and to the tune of 45 saves in that first year. Pitch a strike over the outside corner, 1-2. One-time teammate of Brendan Donnelly out there in the bullpen now for the Red Sox. In center field, Gary Matthews Jr. makes the catch. And a bit of an adventure out there in center field for him in this series. A very good defensive center fielder, but had some troubles with the balls right at him here at Fenway.
It's been a tough series weather-wise, too. A lot of wind in this series, and it makes everything a little bit more difficult. Positioned perfectly against Lowell that time, shading him a bit toward the opposite field.
Wind not as strong as it was when they began the game. The wind blowing hard from right to left, but it's still blowing pretty good out there. Here's Varitek on the ground at Howie Kendrick. 2 down in the 8th. Let's check back in with Tina Cervasio. Tina?
Don, I have some in-game, really in-race results from the marathon. Red Sox Vice President of Player Personnel Ben Sherrington has just passed the 35K mark at 3 hours, 38 minutes, and 13 seconds. Now, Drew Merle, which us in the media know very well, he's worked with media relations, passed the 30K mark. 3 hours, 16 minutes, 24 seconds. They are still on their way, of course, to the finish line. We may be able to catch them as the game is getting close to ending. And Dawn Timlin, who is running for the Angel Fund, of course, wife of Mike Timlin, has passed the 40K mark at 4 hours, 9 minutes, 21 seconds. So she is almost done. She's going to finish in front of both Ben Sherrington and Drew Merle. So just an outstanding job by all of them right now running the Boston Marathon. Don?
Okay, Tina, congratulations to all of them. As of course, Shonda Schilling also, I think, running today. And well, it seems strange not to have Catherine Nixon running around so many years. Trot Nixon's wife. And a ball and a strike to Willie Mopena. A little bit of controversy earlier this season. And Major League Baseball looked into the cap of K-Rod. Had some rosin that he keeps underneath the bill of that cap.
It's very common. It's very common for pitchers to go down and get the rosin bag. When they come up, they touch the bill of their cap, and underneath the cap, and you have rosin on there. I mean, that's it's not unusual in the game of baseball.
Especially if you go to it after every pitch, which he does, habit or otherwise. Fouled off to the right, and it's 2-2. Not pitched since last Wednesday. And incredible numbers in his career against the Red Sox. 13 innings pitched, 1 earned run. 0.69 ERA in his time against Boston. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Willie Mopena. Red Sox down in order. In fact, it's 7 in a row, but it's a 7-1 Boston lead.
Are the credit card bills closing in on you?
Sick and tired of the constant struggle just to stay afloat?
Shouldn't this be the year you get a fresh start?
Well, now you can settle your debts with dignity and without bankruptcy.
Get the professional help of the Debt Reduction Law Center and get a fresh start.
I just signed up. They do all the real work.
Better than consolidation or credit counseling, the Debt Reduction Law Center uses the power of legal professionals to settle your debts.
The fact is, it's you versus them. But what's new is, you don't have to face this alone. We can help.
We'll get you an affordable monthly payment.
And settle your debt so you'll have hundreds more each month.
You really should call if you have over 10 grand in debt. Don't put this off. Legal settlement can get you fast, easy debt resolution and let you get back to the important things in life.
Make the call stop, settle your debts, and move on to a better life. For a free consultation, call 800-394-0109. That's 800-394-0109.
Here's J.D. Drew. Walks the fly ball to center. Ichiro back, looking up, and that is gone. Straight away center field. It carried well, and J.D. Drew has his first home run in a Red Sox uniform.
So he's already got 3 runs batted in here in this ball game. All he's done is produce.
Tomorrow in HD, it's Sox Blue Jays. Pre-game coverage begins at 6 on Nesson.
Direct from Nesson Studios, straight from Yawkey Way, 1 hour before the game. Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame show on Nesson.
Boston Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers, Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox cable network, Nissan, Molson, your New England Dodge dealers, Aflac, and by Southwest Airlines. 9th inning from Fenway Park, 7-1. The Red Sox on top as we head here to the top of the 9th. And the pitcher on for Boston, 4th of the day. Here's Kyle Schneider.
And 4th appearance of the year for Schneider. He's worked only 2 1/3 innings, 1 hit allowed and 1 run. Last time he worked was in that Texas series down in Texas on the 7th, a third of an inning. Picked up the loss a year ago, August 22nd. 5 innings against the Angels.
At first face, Casey Kochman. We have seen after 6 innings of Josh Beckett, Hideki Okajima win an inning, retiring all 3 batters he faced, and then J.C. Romero, a scoreless inning as he pitched the 8th, giving up a hit. Now Kyle Schneider. Casey Kochman with a hit and a stolen base, and this one 1 for 3 today. The Red Sox have been scheduled to play at home on Patriots Day every year since 1959. Games were postponed due to bad weather in 1959, 1961, 65, 67, and 84. And due to the players' strike in 1995, there's no Patriots Day game at Fenway. It's a strike, and it's 2-1 now to Kochman.
April is a very tough month here in New England. Just don't know what to expect, and it has not been very nice throughout this first homestand. Weekend looks good according to the long-range forecast, which would be nice. The Yankees coming to town for the first time of the year.
In the dirt, and it's a full count now.
Red Sox win at 7-2. The play of the game is brought to you by Foxwoods Resort Casino, and 3 defensive plays by Julio Lugo. That the easiest of the 3. The over-the-shoulder catch and going into the slide. And then a nice backhanded play to throw out very speedy Willetts at first base. So great defense this afternoon from Julio Lugo.
Red Sox win at 7-2 as they wrap up the homestand. For Jerry Remy and Tina Cervasio, I'm Don Orsillo saying goodbye from Fenway. Visit NESN.com and New England Sports live online. This has been a presentation of NESN, New England's most watched sports network. Stay tuned next for WB Mason's Extra Innings with Tom Karen and Jim Rice.
You're watching One Original NESN Entertainment.
I'm thrilled to be a Bruin so I can finally win one of these, the Golden Brick. You're watching the Bricks, Bruins postseason awards on NESN.
First NHL goal for Kessel. First power play for Boston. Score!
Shot, Oban save, rebound, score! Patrice Bergeron wins it in overtime. Top of the circle, cross-ice to Bergeron to score! Tic-tac-toe!
Savard trying to break free. Savard, score!
Hello, you. How was the rest? You made it through, but never